Peace, family. This is your boy Gerald. It is June 3rd, 2021. How is everybody doing? Listen, I just got home not too long ago, and I'm kind of in awe right now because I gotta share this. So, backstory: the weather's nice here. Things are starting to open up, and for the last 3 to 3.5, 4 weeks, I've had the hankering to want to get out, you know, and like everybody. But about 4 weeks ago, I bought a mountain bike, not a mountain bike, one of those trick bikes, BMX bikes, for my little guy, right? So the one thing I realized being over here, everything is double in price. It's just one because it's imported. How else is it going to get here? By air or by sea? And long story short, you know, I'm starting to see people more out. The levels for COVID is remotely low. Still going to have cases every day because you're going to still have somebody that doesn't think that they're susceptible. There's no here nor there. But the reason why I'm putting this out right now, that was the thought of like, man, I wouldn't mind riding again, riding my bike. Now I have what you call a hardtail. It's all steel mountain bike. I bought it almost 20 plus years ago when I was in Germany. But as I got older, I got taller, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just too small. So, with that being said, the thought of doing upgrades on the frame and stuff, it would not really serve the purpose. Then I turned around. I said, well, I'm gonna shop around, see if I can get a good deal, and then in lieu of that, we had already went to an actual bike shop, and just to see what was out, what's different for what I remember, as well as the current rate, right? And I'm looking at these bikes, and I'm like, 800, 1,500, 3,000, 8,000. I'm like, for a mountain bike. And I'm like, well, I can understand if I was getting sponsored, then you invest in your craft. So I said, okay, I ain't gonna do all that. I'll go over to Walmart, get me a good deal on a Huffy or whatever. Couldn't find nothing. Jumped on your local Wally World, went to that marketplace, looked around. There was a couple ones in there that caught my eye, but the price was just inflated, and I get it. People want to break even. Some people are selling their stuff to make a flip. And I said, well, all right. So I turned around, went on another site. I saw a bike there. I said, okay, price point $300. Went on ahead, ordered it. It's coming from China. Well, anybody knows you buying anything from China, the due date compared to when they ship it is slim and none, and then there's a possibility that your stuff might get lost. So I'd already committed to it, and I was like, well, it's too late now, because I was going to hit the return button online. Like, nope, can't do it. So I'm like, all right, gotta wait and see how that plays out. Family, you won't believe this. So today, I'm at work. I'm sitting in my office, had a little idle time. I jump on Wally World's marketplace again. Somebody had advertised a bike, and this bike caught my eye. And I was like, for what they wanted for it, I was like, yeah, I ain't believe all that. I just didn't. But I was compelled to inquire. So I did. Didn't hear anything in the beginning. Hour or so rolls by. I get a reaction. I said, I would like to see it. Can you hold it for me till Saturday? Now, one thing I notice about being over here, family, biking is big over here, especially all terrain. And there's a big demand for mountain bikes over here too, as well as 10 speeds, 20 speeds. Told the friends, your professional bikes. Especially the guys that are into cycling big time. Okay, not to be winded. So I respond back, and I gave him my information. I gave him my number, call me, blah, blah, blah. And as I was thinking about it, I had this urge in my spirit, family. Urge in my spirit to reconsider asking them to hold it, because I knew people were at work. People probably hadn't seen it. And as long as it gets the longer time passes, the more attention it's going to get. So I turned around and I reached out again. I said, listen, instead of wait till Saturday, I can pick it up today after work. Now, while I'm waiting to get a response, family, I started reminiscing about this mountain bike that I had when I was 21 years old. And it was a Cannondale. I fell in love with that bike because it was the first all aluminum bike that you could beat the hell out of it. I used to ride that bike all over DC, and it kept me in great shape. Brother, your boy was rocking an 8-pack. I didn't say a 6-pack, an 8-pack. I just loved that bike. And just so happened, long story short, where I was living on the 3rd floor, I would lock that bike up. Somebody shimmied all the way up to the 3rd floor and took that bike. And I was like, damn, crackheads is for real, because it was chained up. And the funny thing about it is, they took the bike, left the chain. Couldn't believe that. No, they took the bike. They took the chain too. They did. It was gone. I was shocked. So still to this day, I think that was an inside job, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. So I never bought another bike until almost a decade later. And I was in Germany at that time. And I got back into riding, and I was living really, really clean health-wise. So today, as I'm at work, I done put my information out there. You gotta be careful who you're dealing with online, fam. And next thing I know, my phone goes off. There's a message from the advertiser. So by that time, I said, you know what? Just looking at what I could see, I said, no, I'm going to commit. I'm going to commit to it. Got off work, GPS the address. Of course, I did a drive-by, because you got janky people wherever you go. And I rode through, turned around, parked. Text them. I'm outside. It was a resident. Sure enough, I'm sitting in my Jeep, and in my rear view, I see the front end of that bike coming around the blind side. And it was this older gentleman. And this older gentleman is bringing it out. And he's kind of hobbling, you know. And I was shocked because usually, now I'm not going to say usually, but a lot of times you see a lot of bait and switch what's going on, especially when people selling stuff. Well, actually it's this, you know. Nope. He pulls out the bike. And I'm talking to him. He said, yeah, I saw this bike. I fell in love with it. And then I got hurt. And my life was changed. And I knew I couldn't ride it. And I've had it for a little bit. I've only rode it a couple times. And I just had to make peace with it. So I decided to put it out there this morning, hoping that the right person would come along. Family. Let me show you. You see that? You see that? See what that says? You do see that, right? That mountain bike is in mint condition, and it fits perfectly for my height. Everything that I could ever want, it was there. So I felt like a kid on Christmas Day because the nostalgia that I felt of when I had my first Cannondale, to turn around to get another one almost 20 plus years later. But here's the kicker, family. This is what got me to put this out right now. Tell me why is it that I jump on YouTube to read up on the specs and what's on there in a thumbnail? The same bike. But get this, the bike is brand new. It's a 2021 model. Now, I ain't gonna read into it. I'm gonna leave it right there. And I know God works in mysterious ways. How that came to be. But I'm gonna tell you what though, in my heart of hearts, there was a piece of me that would smile when I rode that mountain bike. So you know, when I get my butt back out there again on a new one, oh yeah, your boy gonna get his butt in shape for sure. But what really blew my mind was this. For those who do not understand the power of manifesting, that's evident. This was my validation right there. Right freaking there. And the funny thing about it, figuratively, is this. When I was at work, in my spirit, I was saying, well, Lord, if it's meant for you, if it's meant for me to have, you'll make a way. I said that 3 times. When I made contact, When I left for the day to make my way to an unknown place, as well as to prepare me for possible disappointment. This is God's doing all day. So, what is a metaphor? When you live right, good things come. But when they come, also acknowledge that God wants you to move. He wants you to move to the faith, move to the phase of your next chapter of your life. There's work that you're prepared to do. And if you trust it, He'll reward you. It could be the most small, significant thing, or it could be beyond your wildest dreams. I am in awe, family. I am in awe. Every type of speck that I could want, it was given. And I'm grateful. Keep your feet grounded. Keep moving forward. Do not look back. Just like in biblical times with Saul, don't look back. It's okay to reflect, to learn, to guide, to never judge, because that is what makes your story, but that is also what defines your wisdom. Now tell me again why you ain't blessed, because I know you are. Peace.